Hello everyone, welcome to Jeckel Gaming. Today we are going to be playing Ranch Simulator, and as soon as I get the OBS to work properly. There we go. Now we'll have a little exploration around here. So when you first come into the game, there's an old beat up house right here. I've already rebuilt that, but you can have options now, whereas before you can only build this house right here that I have, but you can also build these other ones. It takes a little more materials, and now it takes concrete and wood, so you have to make money to get those, or concrete and metal I mean. And then there's more stuff you can do, the foundations for building on stuff. Certain things that I've checked out here. Same with the barn. You can make the barn really long. I put two of these sections in the middle, so it now looks like that big. And I have a couple little things here left to do, and this barn will actually be ready. We're going to put those on there so we can open the doors. The barn's ready, and then one more board over here, and the fence will be ready. So we now have, and it turns both ways, so that's kind of cool. They opened up some other stuff too. Before you couldn't go to the hardware store, now you can. There's also a burger shop here that you can take meat to sell. Sometimes it gives a better price than the general store does, so that's a positive there too. I guess we can just drive around and explore a little bit now. I can have a stack of, all these fence pieces here are all put in by me now. It's not, you can figure out however you want to do your fencing area instead of just whatever it tells you. We have a deer right there. We're gonna go kill it. And reload your gun every time, because sometimes there's bears come around. I lost one of my chickens, that's what that is right there. And but the bears come around and you want to have a fully loaded gun. And this is multiplayer available. I don't know how many you can play. I've so far only played with one person with me. So if anybody knows, then leave a comment or something and tell me. So you skin the meat, put it in the back of the truck, take it somewhere to use. So there's only one really road coming in and out of here. Oh, that's another thing too. Here, this water or tower right here. Once we tear this one down and put a new one up, it'll actually fill all the water areas. Let's see if I can find it real quick. There's a granary, so you can put grain in there and have it fill all the troughs in the area. So you have to keep going back and fill them all the time. And the windmill does water, but it's like 250 for 50 metal, so it's going to cost like $750, and we currently have 509. So I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. I can just use my well and fill it up. So yeah, the well's been built right here. You got water, the chicken trough or chicken coop. As you can see back in there, he's still got plenty of water. She's all by herself because her partner died or her friend died. You come in here and check for the eggs. And you do have to go through and clean up the poop once in a while too, which is kind of weird, but same thing with the pigs and cows when you get them. And then this over here is like a little garage and a work shed or something that we'll probably end up getting torn down and put something else in there. See if we can find another deer on the way over there. Right there. to skin them. Of course, you see mine says number 9 because I changed my buttons, but it'll come up with like R or E or something to skin. Alright, since we can only fill so much, we're just going to do that and fill that up. And like you can go around and cut trees down pretty much all over your property. In fact, you can cut trees down that aren't on your property too, which is kind of weird. But so you just cruise over here. If you go down that road, it'll take you to the general store. But I found that coming right here, since the newest update, is better for getting, like sometimes you get like 24 for them instead of 15 per meat. And at some point we're going to, see it's only 15 this time, but sometimes it'll be 24 for each of the meat, so it'll have been worth more. The price of the grocery store is always 15. But sells it all. We can go on to doing something else. Thinking about maybe building a garage. Or maybe a second house. And I think here in the near future what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably restart this and do a multiplayer. I have a couple of friends who have this game, and I think it would be a lot more fun to play with more people. But yeah, there was a bunch of trees over in this area. I cut all those down. I cut a little strip out to here, because if you go over here and go down this little hill right here, and if you turn, well, there's the road right there, but the grocery store is like right in there somewhere. So it's a quicker way to get there. I don't have enough to buy a mower yet, so I can't mow the grass, but that's alright too. And then if you decide you don't want to build something exactly in the same spot, you can tear it down. Problem is you lose the materials for it. So like if I wanted to kick this fence out and make it bigger or whatever, I could just go to the crowbar and demolish that piece of fence. Kind of like this water tower right here. We can demolish this water tower and it's gone. Or we can go over here and cut trees down. Some of the trees, like these smaller ones, will give you 1 log. Some of them won't give you any at all. So you don't know until you actually cut it down. Like that would give you 1. And then you just use them to, and it doesn't change the lag either. So it doesn't cause lag by it's basically terraforming, but it's a different style. But then these bigger ones will give you like 3 to 5 logs. That one only gave me 2. So we can find a really big one here. So then if you wanted to turn them into planks, the best way is actually to get a trailer, which costs like $600, and you can stack up the logs on a trailer. But I'm just doing this to show you real quick. Just turn your sawmill on and start collecting the logs and put them to the sawmill. And this sawmill, I believe, costs like $200. In the previous version, they actually gave you one to start with, and it was inside a little wooden shack over in that area over there somewhere. And this is actually in a different spot too, because there was a little hill that went down before, and you had to run to it and get to it. But I don't see the shack over here anymore, so I think they just got rid of that and changed the whole map around completely, which is cool because I like the way this one's set up a little bit better. And the graphics are better too. Before, when we played, it was like way more grainy than it is now. So the best way to do this would be like bring your little four-wheeler over here, and you can stack them in the back of the truck, which I'll show you real quick, since there's nothing in there. So you can use the mouse wheel to rotate them, and then just stack them in the back. You know, if I was using the truck to bring them over, that's what I would do, but since I'm just hand running them over, it doesn't really matter that much. Unfortunately, you can't carry 2 at a time, though. Which is weird, since you can carry 8 planks and one log creates 2 planks. I think it's still kind of a repetitive game, though. You're going to be doing a lot of sawing, hunting for meat to go sell. They did add in some things called meat grinders, which I haven't picked up yet. It's like $200 for the grinder, and then $300 for the sausage maker. And you can also build a preservation in this book here. Let's see, where was it at? A meat bin for preservation. I don't know exactly how that works, but yeah. It's something I still have to figure out myself. As you see, those keep piling up over here, and you can stack them up 8 at a time. And make yourself a nice little pile of them there, you know. I'm not quite sure how high you can stack them, or if you can only stack them as tall as you can reach. It does get very difficult to stack logs more than about 5 high in the truck. And you can't stack them like in a pyramid shape. They have to be stacked on top of each other when you're stacking the logs too. Can't stack meat, but you can stack meat on top of other things. Like if you have a metal or concrete or something in the back of your truck and you get a deer, you can still stack that in your truck. Which before you couldn't do that. Finish picking these up and saw them real quick just to get them out of the way. And then we can go explore the map a little bit, get some gas. We'll fill up the saw before we go and take the gas can with us. Maybe pick up a trailer, I don't know. That's kind of what I've been working for, but I'm just not quite sure how much I need a trailer for unless I'm going to be hauling animals or a ton of meat. So you would grab the fuel and then just insert it there. As you see, it's full. As soon as this gets done, I'll turn it off, grab the can, and put it in the back of the truck, and we can go. And I believe both these over here are full still. Yeah. So again, like I said, there's only really one road per se, but I mean all the vehicles will drive off-road and go up some pretty ridiculous climbs that you wouldn't ever take a vehicle up. So we'll just run over here real quick, go to the gas station, and then do some more exploring around. I don't think I even have enough to purchase a trailer anyway. There's a deer. And you don't have to wait for the full animation for the reloading. It will actually reload without doing the animation. You just start the reload and then click back to your hand. And you always want to make sure you have like at least $40 or $80 in your wallet so you can buy ammunition if you don't have a lot. Like currently we have 90, so it's not that big a deal. But if we didn't, we'd want to have money. So I'm thinking we should go buy a trailer after I see how much is going to be spent on fuel. So let's cruise up here real quick. So the graphics are definitely better. It's still a little grainy, but not as bad as it used to be. It used to be like almost cartoonish for the trees. And this is the only gas station in town. And I believe this is the only pump that works. I don't believe you can actually use this one. Yeah. So you have to pick it up, put it in, well, don't jump back in the vehicle. It might be because of where I have it. There it is. Then you have to start over the pump over here. So that one's full. How weird. Alright, we'll move the vehicle real quick. Maybe. Can't crouch. Weird thing is you don't uncrouch when you're done. I usually have the spouts pointing out towards the back too, so that was a little problem on me. But if we go over here to the hardware store, we still have $608 and the trailer costs $600, so I think I'm going to get to that real quick, which is right here, which will help us in moving logs around and also hauling more meat to the market when we go. I believe I went the wrong way. I did. Okay. Those big rocks will stop you dead in your tracks too. So will the trees. Like all of them. As you can see, there's a car trailer here, but this is the one I'm thinking about getting right here, 600 bucks. But then there's also a manual meat grinder, manual sausage maker, electric. This ovoscopes to see if you have fertilized eggs. Inflatable mattresses in case you're out in the middle of nowhere and you want to put a bed down to sleep somewhere. If you have multiple people playing on the game, each one has to have a mattress to sleep in. The house will hold 2 people in the one bed. So if you have 3 people playing, you have to put a mattress down somewhere. Not sure why you can't get the lawnmower or the crates, but those aren't available yet for some reason. Probably in a later update. You can use this for grinding the meat into the pots, the pans. I'm not sure about the cooler yet. I haven't figured that one out either. But that chainsaw, table saw you saw me using, that's that. One of the first things you do is you buy this, the crowbar, the axe. I think that's it. But you start out with like $500 or something, plus you get money for doing quests. So let's go over here and back up to this trailer now. And now we have that much more space to put stuff into to sell. Or carry, as the case may be. hitched up and ready to go now. Something I do need to check though. Is there a tailgate? Oh, there is. Nice. That's gonna be helpful. Go back up here, sell the 3 meats. Maybe we'll stack some planks in here. You don't get a whole lot of money for selling planks, but they're easy to come by. So it's definitely a way to make some money, just not a lot. And the place I want to sell the meat is right up here. Go a little off-roading. We have $53. But we have a trailer, so we can haul double what we could before. And some of these big dense trees like this will give you more logs too. As you can see, that one gave us 5. I'm just wondering if they'll fit in here. They do. With space left over, can I fit them sideways? No. Something else I noticed that I don't really like about the game is you can't have multiple saves. Like if I started up a multiplayer series, I couldn't have a single player series. Which is kind of a bummer, really. I'm gonna get rid of this one tree right here too, because I keep running into it every time I come in. Yeah, I mean it's 5 logs anyway, so might as well. As you can see, if I try to put it in the middle to make a pyramid, it doesn't work, so I have to kind of stack it on top of each other. And you cannot fast forward time either, like if you want to go sleep. It'll let you lay there and sleep until 2000, and then it'll finally fast forward to the next day. It's like it's getting dark like this and you wanted to go fast forward, you couldn't do it until 2000. Put the fuel down right here. So yeah, for fast forward and sleeping, you can save the game here. You can sleep till the next day. And of course, you just lay there and not do anything until I have a friend sending me messages. Alright, so you save here too. Like I said, I like the fact that you can do multiple houses now too. Like if you have your friends playing and you want to have two houses, you go in here, go to your houses, and we can put a second one up right here. Or if you have multiple people, you know, 3 or 4 and whatever, you could line them up and put several of them up. Obviously we're not doing that this time because like I said, this is probably not going to be a one that stays here. Probably going to redo this and do a multiplayer. So my friend was telling me that the cooler is for storing processed meat, and you cannot process game meat, so you have to like have cows or pigs or something that you do the processing of that meat. Which kind of sucks because it would be very helpful to have the ability to use the game meat for that. But I am wondering how high I can stack this though. It would be nice to know. I think it's as long as you can see the top of it to put click on top of it, you can stack more up. So you can bring your truck over and park next to it and stack it up even higher if you wanted. We'd have what, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 48, so we have 50 planks here. So that's like $100 sitting right there in money. Not a whole lot, considering you'd have to go and get, let's see, this would be 20 planks here, and that's 50. But yeah, this thing over here can be tore down, but it's a little garage you can park cars in. I'm not sure what else you could put over here, because there's not really a garage in the building book here. I guess you could build something like this and put fences or ramps around it. But again, you wouldn't really have, I guess there's walls and roofs. You could build your own personalized size, style, or whatever. Still need a ramp to get up into it though, because I think these are going to be, if I did this, it's going to be that high off the ground. Then you got your wooden stairs to go up to it. I haven't looked at like every aspect of it, but I guess it's for building your own custom house that you might want to build. I'm not sure how you'd put stuff inside of it though, because there's no furniture or anything to build, unless that's going to be for a later update. Expensive chicken coop, 100 wood planks, 52 metal, holds 30 hens. That's kind of cool. I built this one at first because that's part of the quest. Then I built this one, and I realized that that just wasn't going to work, so I built this one here because it's easier to feed them and stuff. We look at the barn, like the front section. And then you'd have the middle section for each section after that you could make it as big as you wanted. Well, when the trees aren't in the way. And of course, if you don't like it, you can always tear it down and redo it for something else. This is going to be kind of a short stream though. I'm not quite sure that I want to put too much work into this because, like I said, if I'm going to be doing a multiplayer, it kind of defeats the purpose of building this one up if I can't have both of them saved. trying to find one that has no, like that one right there, that has no log to it. Some of them are small like this. And the other ones will give you logs. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. But you can stack these things up, I believe 5 or 6 high. Maybe you can build it up higher because I never really actually looked to see how tall I could build it. But if I were to jump up in here, puts me up taller, I might be able to put higher. So that looks like it should be just fine. But then it won't let me do it until I get it off to the side. Like that. Which is kind of weird. I know Rob, when he gets ready, he'll like to go and cut trees down. He's good at that. Interesting. Let's go fill this thing up, see how much we can actually get in there. We don't want to tear down all the trees right here, so we're going to travel over this way a little ways. There's a nice little good cluster. I don't want to stack in there the way they're... Yeah, it's fine. Let's do it like this for right now. Because really what I want to do is I want to see what happens up the top. Like, can I put no one up on top of this or not? Looks like it's going to be a no. So there's a max you can put in there. But you can stack more in the truck. So I mean, you can get probably what 5 times 6. And I believe this was 6 also times. So you can get like 60 logs in there, enough for 120 planks. It's not too bad. used to be all the logs were on the ground too. You couldn't like just go pick them. You couldn't cut them down. You had to go pick them up. But they put a lot more trees in and got rid of the ones on the ground. So we'll head back over here to the ranch. Just leave these in the back of the truck because, like I said, I don't think we're going to keep on with this particular one. But it's a general idea of the game and what you can do with it. Like I said, there's a hardware store right there that we got the trailer from. Gas station, the car shop where you can buy all your vehicles and stuff, and then the Best Burgers where we sold. And then there's a general store. Usually, like in this area before, usually in this area right around here was a good place to hunt for deer. I haven't found any really much in like the way of deer over there. I did find a couple of bears up in this area here when I was doing something up there. But before it was like the bears were up here and the deer were like in this area. But the way they have it set up now is different than it was before too, because like the ranch wasn't off the side, the ranch was kind of like right in the middle, and you drove down to the general store. You know, it was a road going straight from the ranch to there, like two different roads. So it's a little different now, but I don't know, it's alright. I'm going to save this though and probably end the stream, because it just wanted to be, like I said, it wanted to be a short one. It was kind of like showing my friend a little bit. So thanks for stopping by, and until next time, have a good one.